oh no, definitely not. What is up, my beautiful people? It's Paul, your Brilliantly Average Dude here, coming to you again with some more Brilliantly Average Dude content. Let me tell you a story. So, before me, I have a bunch of different handheld devices here. We have Legion Go, we have the Steam Deck OLED, we have the ROG Ally, of course. We have devices from ANU. This is my favorite right now, the ANU Kun. We even have devices from GPD. We have the GPD Win 4 here. But let me tell you, my first ever PC handheld was actually this here. This is my first PC handheld ever. It is the Intel, yes, Intel 1X Player 1S. This is rocking the Intel i7-1195G7XYZ Extreme, whatever, you know, it's a long name. But anyway, this was actually my first PC handheld back a few years ago. Even before I got the Steam Deck, I had the 1X Player 1S, and it had Intel inside of it. And the reason I got the Intel version, even though they had an AMD 4500, 5800, the reason I got the Intel version is because the Intel version actually had Thunderbolt, so you can connect it to eGPUs and other things like that. And the functionality, I thought, took this to the next level. Of course, drivers were always like an issue, was always a step behind. Even today, drivers on this device are not at the same level as drivers on the AMD equivalent from the time and this was released in around 2021, I believe. I said all of this to say, today we actually have a new device. You already know what it is. This came all the way from Newegg, as you can see here. This is the what do you call it? The MSI Claw. So let's not waste any time. Let's get into this big box here. See what it's all about. I know you already seen a bunch of videos, but hey, this is the Brilliantly Average Dude video. We're gonna get to the bottom of this, checking out the MSI Claw, seeing what it's all about, and hopefully we can see if it's even worth it. A lot of people saying it's not worth it, but we're going to put it to the test. We're going to check it out today. And yeah, let's see what it's all about. Let's get into it. Okay, let's check it out. Let's get into it. I'm excited for this one, even though the initial reviews are not looking too good. I'm actually excited for this one. Handy dandy boxing knife, safety first, kids. And the reason I'm excited for this one is, you know, this is the first chance to really get Intel handhelds on the mainstream. We've had Intel handhelds for the longest. You know, Intel has been in handhelds alongside AMD from the very beginning, but I think this MSI Claw can take it mainstream, even though the initial results of benchmarks and stuff is not looking too good. I think this has a chance to get Intel in the mainstream and allow them to really make some moves in the space. So yeah, here we go. This is the MSI Claw. Look at this, you guys. Look at the box here. Pretty simple box. It does look good. I don't know, the colors of the box actually look kind of faded. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but it looks kind of faded. Like the colors, this box looks like it's been in a warehouse for years. Like it started to fade a little bit. I don't know, maybe that's just me. But anyway, here is the MSI Claw. Let's get right into it. So let's not waste any time. The unboxing experience, pretty basic actually, just a cardboard box. Here we go. We got the MSI Claw, some paperwork here. Step one, plug it in. Okay, we're gonna get to that. Let's see, this is the MSI Claw here. Let's get that out of the box, put it to the side, see what else is inside of here. We're gonna have all your paperwork, plug that and file it. And what else do we have in here? A charge brick, and that's pretty much it. So I did hear that this charge brick is pretty large. Look at this charge brick, you guys. We got 65 watts, I believe it is. It is, yeah, 65 watt charge brick here. I don't know if you can see that, 65 watts. But it is a pretty large charge brick. Like we have this piece as well as this, just for the charger to be 65 watts. I wish it was like a 100-watt charger for such a large, you know, charger here. But hey, you got the charger. You can charge that up. So let's put this to the side. We're gonna have to plug it up, so don't put it too far. And here is the MSI Claw, you guys. Look at that. Let's get it out of the plastic here. Look at that, you guys. We have the MSI Claw. Let's take off this plastic here. Let's get this plastic off. Ooh, here it is, you guys. Here it is, the MSI Claw. Look at that. What's my initial impressions? Let's take a look all over the device here. We have the ventilation on the back. It is a lot of ventilation, as you can see here. We have vents on this side, vents on this side. The entire back almost is taken up by ventilation. There is a small hole here. I think that's maybe for like a lanyard strap. But let's see, we have our back buttons on the back, this grip here. I don't know if you can see the grip on the back here. You can see it's a little bit more than the ROG Ally. Take a look at the front, our buttons. It does feel pretty decent. The buttons feel good. Oh no, definitely not. These bumpers do not feel great at all. I know I've heard that in the initial reviews and impressions, but the bumpers feel mushy. The bumper feels really squishy. I don't know if you can see that. But it just feels, it doesn't feel good to press. The bumper, it does not feel good to press at all. Compare that to like the ROG Ally bumper. It has a sort of satisfying click to it, but this bumper just feels mushy. Like it feels cheap almost. Yeah, it feels like the bumper feels cheap to press. Anyway, triggers feel similar to the ROG Ally. Not my favorite in terms of travel and rebound, but it does feel all right. Let's see, joysticks. Oh, joysticks don't feel that good either. There's like not that much tension on them. Compare that to like another joystick. It just feels like not a lot of tension. D-pad doesn't feel too great. Feels similar to the ROG Ally, but a little bit more like springy, but less travel. These buttons are clicky. I do like the start and select button as well as the I guess this is the MSI button, whatever they have, control center button. I do like that. These buttons are clicky. The ABXY buttons are pretty good as well. But these bumpers, man, these bumpers feel bad. Like if I'm playing a game and I gotta hit the bumper, I almost don't want to hit it. I mean, maybe that's just me, but hey. Anyway, we're gonna turn this thing on. Here is the MSI Claw. Gotta look at that. Here it is, you guys, the MSI Claw. And from the back once more, get a load of the grip here. So you can see this is the grip. Back buttons are pretty good. The grip isn't as like big as I thought it was like on video. The grip actually isn't that big, but it is something to hold on to, but it is not really that big. But it is ergonomic enough. A little bit more ergonomic than the ROG Ally without a case or anything, but nowhere near as ergonomic as like the Steam Deck with this very large grip here, as you can see, in relation to the MSI Claw. It is not that much, so you can see that side by side, not that much grip there, but it is, I guess, enough to get you going. So let me plug this in, turn it on, and just give a little bit more of my initial thoughts and impressions here. Don't worry, we're gonna put this thing to the test. We're gonna run all the benchmarks and everything like that in upcoming videos. I just wanted to let you guys know that we got the MSI Claw in the house. So leave a comment down below of what you want to see me test, and we're definitely gonna get into that. So let's not waste any time. Let's plug this thing in and turn it on. Okay, so while this thing is updating, let's do some size and weight comparisons. It's coming in at 674 grams. So let's set that as the new zero weight, and let's test some other devices. Let's look at the size here versus some of the other devices here. We have the Steam Deck. So as you can see, it is smaller than the Steam Deck here. So smaller than the actual Steam Deck. Let's check the weight. Okay, the Steam Deck is actually 53 grams lighter than the MSI Claw. So the Steam Deck is 53 grams lighter. Check out the size difference here. Steam Deck is slightly longer than the MSI Claw, slightly wider as well. This is a 16:10 aspect ratio. This is 16:9. So let's check out some other devices here. Let's check out the big boy here, the big Chungus and the Okun here, my favorite device as of now. This is actually 293 grams heavier than the MSI Claw here. So this is over 900 grams here. Let's take a look at the ROG Ally. Okay, so the ROG Ally is 60 grams lighter than the MSI Claw, 60 grams lighter. Check out the size here between the MSI Claw and the ROG Ally. The size is actually pretty close here. As you can see, the size is pretty close between these devices here. Now let's check out the Legion Go. This is a big boy here. So this is 247 grams heavier than the MSI Claw. Check out the size difference here. As you can see, the Legion Go, of course, is a much larger device. A few more devices here we'll check out. Let's check out the GPD Win 4 here. Okay, the GPD Win 4 is 65 grams lighter than the MSI Claw, 65 grams lighter than the MSI Claw here. Look at the size difference, much smaller device. This, of course, is a 6-inch display versus a 7-inch display. You can see if it closed here, just the size difference, it is much smaller. The GPD Win 4. Let's check out one of my favorite devices right now, the GPD Win Mini. I actually have one grip on there. I made a video about that, but I'm gonna test it with the grip because that's how I use it. It is 118 grams lighter than the MSI Claw. Check out the size comparison here. Of course, the GPD Win Mini does open up, so this can give you a sense of the size difference here versus the MSI Claw. So the MSI Claw is a pretty medium-sized device. It's not like a tiny device like the GPD Win 4. It's similar to the ROG Ally in size and weight. So you can expect, you know, it should fit in your bag or your backpack or whatever, similar to the Legion Go. I think it is slightly thicker than the Legion Go. As you can see, it is slightly thicker, a thicker grip on the back, as well as just a thicker device overall, slightly thicker. As you can see, they're slightly thicker, but the overall form factor is very close in size here. And yeah, so if the ROG Ally is not too big for you, then the MSI Claw is definitely not going to be too big. But if you need a tiny device like the GPD Win 4, then it may be slightly too big for you, but it is a pretty medium-sized device overall. I will say, you know, you can definitely fit this in your hand and in your backpack, no problem. So this is still updating. Been about an hour now, but I'm gonna let it keep updating. I'm gonna you know, give you my final thoughts and opinions when it's all finished and I'm actually into the device. So definitely stay tuned for that. Okay, so we have the MSI Claw set up now, and let me just say my first, you know, thoughts and impressions on this device. Now, first thought is that the screen does look good. Check out the colors on this, the contrast, the saturation. I haven't adjusted anything, but it does look good. You can just see here on the screen, it looks good. The speakers do sound great. I think the speakers are like ROG Ally levels of loudness, clarity, bass, all of that good stuff. So the speakers are definitely a highlight, as well as the screen. So if you're playing games that you know, this thing can run, it does, you know, look good, it does sound good, you're gonna have a good experience. Now, I will say I am noticing that I am pulling a lot of power right now. So I don't know if you can see this, but the total system power is 40 to 45 watts. The CPU is at 29 watts right now. Don't know if you can see that there in the corner. It's pulling 30 watts almost, 40 to 45 for the total system power, just to play this this simple indie game. Now on the AMD, you know, the 7800U, even the Steam Deck, I could run this at 150, 120, 144 hertz with only 15 watts. And so this is taking double the power. It is getting around 140 to 160 FPS in this game. But for it to take 30 watts to do that, it's just, I know a lot of people are going to say the drivers right now are just not there, but I will say I'm not sure this device can get 2 times as efficient. I'm not sure this device is going to get 100% more efficient. So we need to see, um, and maybe they can disable some cores, maybe they can optimize the GPU a little bit better, but they're gonna have to do a lot of work to get this device to where it needs to be, because right now it's using twice the power as other devices to get the same or less FPS, which in my opinion is just unacceptable. I mean, like, who should get this device? I'm not sure. Like, if you already have an ROG Ally, you know, if you already have a Legion Go, if you already have a Steam Deck OLED, like, who should actually buy this device? I mean, it does have Thunderbolt on the top, which is good if you're using eGPUs, but are you really going to pay $800 for a device to get slightly better eGPU support? You can use eGPUs on the Legion Go with the USB 4. You can use eGPUs on other devices with USB 4. That's like the whole AMD generation, the 7000U generation, the 6800U generation. They have USB 4. You can use eGPUs. I do love eGPUs, but you know, that's the reason I got the first 1X player with the Intel. But at this point in time, our handhelds are getting so efficient and powerful for what they are that you really don't need an eGPU that often. Now, would you get this just for Thunderbolt? I don't know. Should you get this right now? Probably not. That's going to be just my first thoughts and impressions on this device. Should you get the MSI Claw right now? Probably not. Am I going to send it back? Of course not. You know, I'm the Barely Average Dude. We got a collection here. We're going to keep this. We're going to see if it can improve over time. I want to make sure that we can actually see the trajectory of this device over time, see how it improves from day one up into, you know, months down the road. So I'm going to hang on to this. I'm going to do some more tests. Leave a comment down below for what you want to see me test in, upcoming videos. We're going to put it next to the test. We're going to verse the ROG Ally. We're going to verse the Steam Deck. We're going to verse the Legion Go, of course. We're going to verse the ANEO Kun and a lot of other devices. We are going to put it up to the test versus the MSI Claw. But right now, should you get it? Probably not, because if you're watching this video, you probably already have a handheld. And so this one is definitely not going to replace any device you have right now if it's a recent device. Anyway, leave a comment down below of what you want to see next. If the MSI Claw, leave a comment. Are you even getting the MSI Claw? Let me know if you even buying this thing. Who is even buying this thing right now? I feel like nobody's getting this. I did a poll and it seemed like 10 people out of like 150 people were even going to buy this thing, so I'm not sure if anyone's even buying it. Seems like a fail right out the bat. I don't know, right out the gate. It doesn't seem like anyone's excited for this device. MSI, get it together. First impressions are really important, and this device right now is not making a good first impression for anyone really in the handheld space. Maybe for those who don't know, they may see Intel, they may see MSI, brand loyalty, they may pick it up, but I think those people will be disappointed because they may be wanting to play, modern games, and this thing doesn't seem like it's up to the task right now. Anyway, like, subscribe, ring that bell, all that great YouTube stuff, and I'll see you with more Barely Average Dude videos in the near future. Gonna put the MSI Claw to the test, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.